Welcome back to Motor Authority Filipinas, where we dive deep into the most advanced military technologies in the archipelago and beyond. In today's episode, we're focusing on a powerful and battle-tested guided missile system that's been making waves in the Philippine Army's arsenal, the BGM-71 TOW missile. In 2025, the BGM-71 TOW, short for tube, launched, optically tracked, wire-guided, continues to prove itself as one of the most reliable and lethal anti-tank guided missiles in service globally. Originally developed in the United States, this missile has undergone multiple upgrades over the decades, making it extremely relevant even in today's battlefield scenarios. Now integrated into the Philippine Army's capabilities, it represents a significant leap forward in the country's defense modernization efforts. Let's start with the basics. The BGM-71 TOW is not new. It first entered service in the early 1970s. But don't let its age fool you. The TOW has been continually upgraded with modern electronics, warhead variants, and targeting systems. The Philippine Army, recognizing the need for both mobility and precision, acquired several launch units in recent years, and by 2025, we're seeing it deployed more frequently in training exercises and defensive drills. Now, what exactly makes the TOW system so effective? The answer lies in its guidance and versatility. Unlike fire-and-forget systems, the TOW missile requires the operator to keep the crosshairs on the target until impact. It's a semi-automatic command-to-line of sight or closer-guided system. The operator visually tracks the target while the missile receives steering commands through a wire that unspools behind it during flight. This might sound old-fashioned in an era of digital warfare and drones, but don't underestimate its value. This guidance method is immune to most electronic countermeasures. That means, in a jamming-heavy environment, something we're seeing more often in conflicts around the world, the TOW missile remains effective. It doesn't rely on radar or GPS. It relies on the sharp eyes and steady hands of the trained Filipino soldier behind the scope. Now, let's talk about the variants. The version currently being fielded by the Philippine Army is believed to be the TOW-2A or possibly even the more advanced TOW-2B Aero. The TOW-A is designed with a tandem warhead, capable of defeating explosive reactive armor, which is commonly found on modern main battle tanks. The TOW-B, on the other hand, employs a top attack flight profile, flying over the target and detonating its warhead downward, directly onto the weakest part of an armored vehicle, the roof. Either way, this means the TOW missile can destroy a wide variety of targets, from heavily armored tanks to lightly armored vehicles and fortifications. Its effective range spans from 65 meters to up to 4,200 meters, plenty of distance for engagement in both open terrain and urban combat zones. In terms of deployment, the Philippine Army has been integrating these missile systems with light vehicles and tripods. This gives infantry units powerful long-range anti-armor capability even in rough, mountainous terrain or on the islands where tanks might be hard to maneuver. It's not just about destroying armor, it's about area denial and control. With a few well-placed TOW teams, a whole area can be made hazardous for enemy vehicles. Another key advantage is training. The Philippine Army has been investing significantly in tactical training, and you'll often see TOW systems being used in live-fire exercises in places like Fort Magsaysay and Crow Valley. These exercises not only train operators but also send a message: the Philippines is preparing to defend its sovereignty with precise and powerful tools. Beyond traditional battlefields, TOW missiles have also found roles in asymmetrical warfare. They've been used in urban environments and against hardened enemy positions in places like the Middle East. The ability to deliver a high-explosive warhead accurately through windows or into bunkers makes it a valuable tool for counterinsurgency or defensive operations. Now, why does this matter in the context of the Philippines in 2025? Regional tensions remain high. From territorial disputes in the West Philippine Sea to the need for internal security operations, the TOW missile provides a flexible and reliable solution. Unlike tanks or aircraft, which require a significant logistical footprint, TOW systems can be deployed quickly and discreetly, making them ideal for rapid response units and mobile detachments. It's also worth noting the cost-effectiveness. Compared to high-tech missiles and smart weapons, the TOW system is relatively affordable and easy to maintain. This makes it an attractive option for countries like the Philippines that need to modernize while staying within budget. And because it's widely used by allied nations, interoperability with US and ASEAN forces during joint training exercises is seamless. Let's zoom in on the firing process. When the missile is launched, it ignites its booster and quickly accelerates out of the tube. Within moments, the guidance wires spool out, and the missile adjusts its flight path in real time based on the operator's line of sight. All of this happens in a matter of seconds, precise, powerful, and devastating on impact. And once it hits, you're not just talking about disabling a vehicle, you're talking about total neutralization of that target. In recent months, we've seen a noticeable uptick in public demonstrations of these systems. Whether it's during AFP Day or live drills observed by defense attaché copyright S from partner countries, the Philippine military is showcasing its capabilities with confidence. These systems aren't just for show, they represent a strategic doctrine of flexible deterrence. Of course, no weapon system is perfect. The TOW requires line of sight, which can be a limitation in dense jungle or during poor visibility conditions. It also requires the operator to be exposed during the missile's flight, usually a few seconds, which can make them vulnerable to return fire. That's why tactics are evolving. Some units are now pairing TOW teams with surveillance drones, allowing them to pre-position in covered locations and strike when the target enters their kill zone. In the future, it's possible we'll see more integration between TOW systems and unmanned platforms, whether vehicle-mounted or even robotic ground units. This kind of hybrid warfare capability will only enhance what the Philippine Army can do with limited manpower and budget. At the end of the day, the BGM-71 TOW missile isn't just a weapon. It's a symbol of strategic intent. It tells potential aggressors that any armored push into Philippine territory will be met with lethal, precise, and disciplined resistance. And for a country that's asserting its territorial integrity on multiple fronts, that message is critical. So whether you're a defense enthusiast, a military professional, or just someone curious about how the Philippines is stepping up its defense game, keep an eye on the BGM-71 TOW. It's a legacy system that's adapted to the future and it's here to stay. Thanks for watching this episode of Motor Authority Philippines. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into military mobility and defense tech. Until next time, stay sharp, stay informed, and stay ready.